In this video, we write a C program to define and call a function. We have main function here. In main function, I am writing one statement, printf start of main function, and also I will write printf end of main function. Next I will define another function, display function, void display. I have written another function. This is called as function definition. We have defined a display function. Function name is display. As we know, the syntax of user defined function, display is the function name and void is its return type. That means it is not going to return any value, and also it is not taking any arguments. Then here also I will print one message, printf this is display function. What we have done here, we have written a main function and then we have defined a display function. Now we need to call. Now if we run this, I am running this program. If we run this, what is the output that we got here? Start of main function and end of a main function. In the functions concept, we have learned about one thing. That means a function is defined, then it is not executed automatically. A function is executed only if and only if it is called. But in this example, display function is not executed. Why? Because it is not called. Now we see how to call a function. Now in between start of main and end of main, I will call display function. How do you call display function? By simply specifying its name. We simply specify its name. As it is not taking any arguments, we don't give any arguments. We close the parenthesis and we give semicolon. This is way of calling display function. By this statement we are calling display function. Now this display function is called. Now it is executed. Now you see the program. What is the output that we got here? Start of main. This is display function. End of a main function. And in this example we see the sequence of execution of functions. So first of all, main function is called as it is the entry point of the C program. Then first statement that is executed is start of main function, and then we are calling display function. Now what happens here? Main function is temporarily suspended and the control goes to execute display function. Main function is temporarily suspended and the control goes to execute display function. So in the first statement we got the message start of main function, and then this statement is executed, display function is executed. We got message this is a display. Once display function is completed, the control comes back to its caller. The control comes back to the caller of display. That means who is the caller of display? Main function is the caller of display. Then control comes back to the main function and the control executes the remaining statements in main function. Then what are the remaining statements in main function? End of main. This is the output we got. Likewise, functions are executed. Now we see another example. Let us take, I will define another function, void show. In show function I will write printf this is a show function, and then I will call show function in display function. Now this is calling of show function. Now we see what would be the output here. First of all, main function is called. In the main function Okay, I will try to club these statements. Okay, these are the statements here, and this is the output. So first of all, main function is called. So start of main is we got output start of main, and then main function is calling display function. Then control comes to execute the display function. That means the main function is temporarily suspended, and in the display function we get this is display, this is executed, and then display function is also calling show function. That means again display function is temporarily suspended, and then show function is called. So in show function we got message this is a show, and then once the show function is completed, the control comes back to its caller. Who is the caller of show function? Display function. That means control comes back to display function, but there are no statements after show function. That means display function is completed. Once display function is completed, the control goes back to display function's caller. Who is the caller of display function? Main function. That means control comes back to the main function. Then the remaining statements in main function are executed. That's why we got the remaining statement, that is end of a main function. In this fashion, the functions are executed in the order in which they are called. In this video we have discussed about how to define a function and how to call a function.